Good morning. How are you? So today we're going to talk about the ugly truth of the blind spot number 2. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm sharing this over, I'm going to tell you that why this is such a problem. This is one of the number 1 reasons that things are holding you back from having every single thing that you want. You, I promise, are... Hey, Carla. I promise that what's going on for you is this blind spot, which is asking, I'm just going to say it right now, asking for permission all of the time. So whether you're joining me live, whether you're joining me, in a replay, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I want to encourage you to think about this. And if you know already that this is a problem, if you already know that you continue to, ask people for their opinion, I want you to share. I want you to give me like a thumbs up, like a high five, like you get it. A little bit of loving. So the reality is when the more often we are asking permission from people, right? I used to Carla says she used to have to ask for permission all the time. The more often we are asking permission from people, the more often we are giving our power away. And the blind spot comes in about our fear that we do not really trust ourselves. We don't really trust ourselves. And in the comments, in the description, when you share, I will get back to you. And also I have a fear assessment tool. I want you to click on that and download that and really analyze where you're judging, where your attitudes are, where your fears are, where your feelings are, where your reactions are. Because see, the truth is part of our blind spots, and this is the second blind spot. I will put a link in the other blind spot we talked about, which is fear of judgment, right? So this is the next layer of that fear of judgment, asking for permission. I call asking for permission actually as people-pleasing poison. It is poison when you are asking people, well, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? And what do you think about this? And then you choose your behavior, your follow through, your ideas, your creativity, your business, your niche, your this, your that, based on all these other people and their opinion. And the more that we do this, the more that we undermine our esteem, our worth, all of these blind spots and all these fears that we're talking about. And again, I will link everything in the comments in the description. So make sure you give lots of loves and hugs and hearts and comments. The more we do this, the more is the erosion of our esteem, the erosion of our self-worth, the erosion of the big life that we really want to have. So what do we do when we look at people-pleasing poison or asking for permission? And how is this different than codependence? You see, some of these blind spots and fears, you may not, obviously blind spot, right? You might not even be aware of them. Or you may be very well aware of the fact that, you keep having to ask your mom, your sister, your cousin, your brother. Now, I'm not talking about those of you who have hired consultants or coaches or legitimately you're asking professional people to assist you. I mean, we all need some help. I'm not an expert in every single area. I don't know every single thing. I've taken cooking classes. I've done this, right? But this is when it's that chronic need to look outside yourself, look to other people. So how does this look like with codependence? You see, what happens frequently with women is we have this big dream, we have this big goal, and we keep waiting to live it out. Life is going by like that. We keep waiting to live it out because we keep testing the waters, because our fear is that other people are going to be left behind. Our fear is other people aren't going to come with us. Our fear is that what we want is just so big. We need to seek outside of ourselves to get a yes. You go for it. Yes, you can do that. Yes, like be a badass. Yes, be a powerhouse. Yes, make a lot of money. Yes, lose that weight. Whatever it is. Yes, get that divorce. Yes, learn work-life balance. Yes, go for a new business. Yes, we need to seek the yes from within. And so codependence is when we are tempering our behavior because of someone else's response. We temper our behavior due to other people, for other people's response. This is why I call it people-pleasing poison, right? We're like really just putting our own needs, our own wants, desires, feelings, etc. aside for somebody else. Now, I know already, all right, that there's some of you who are moms that are like, well, you should never put yourself first. You know, okay, so I want you to think about this. Is it that you want to teach your children to constantly be seeking others people's approval? Or are you wanting to teach your children to self-actualize, to really like own what they want, follow through on their desires, their dreams, their goals, their mission in life, their cravings, their callings, their longings? And you know what? You can't teach what you don't know. You can't role model this if you haven't adopted this for yourself. And this is why it's such a blind spot. A lot of times we think, well, Mary, I'm just asking somebody else because, you know, I want to know. Well, what do they think about this? Okay, of course, I'm not saying don't have friends, don't get opinions occasionally. But there's a big difference between, and hear me, right? There's a big difference between, you know, getting somebody's opinion and modifying your real knowing within based on that other person's opinion. You see, sometimes, let me give you some example. Let me give you one example really concretely. You know, every now and again, I'll bounce something off my husband, John. And you know what he says to me? He's like, Mary, I'm not your ideal client. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Sometimes I just want to talk. I don't actually want an opinion. I'm not seeking permission. Sometimes I just want it, you know, like, hey, what do you think about that? But there have been other times in my life where I was in a horrible relationship and I lost myself. I lost my ability to figure things out myself. I lost my ability to trust myself. I was so codependent on that person. It was so abusive. And you know, sometimes we have these things happen in our lives as women, and it takes a little getting back in the game. It takes a little bit of trial and error to actually trust our own opinion, our own self-worth, our own esteem, our own confidence. It takes a while to build this, but I'm telling you, this is a skill that you can build. Self-confidence and going for it and, you know, getting out of the way and stop dicking around and learn to make shit happen. These are all skills that you can learn, and you just actually forgot how because life got in the way. So today, the ugly truth about people asking for permission, people pleasing poison, is it erodes your confidence in yourself. So today, actually, I'm going to challenge you for the next several days. I want you to not ask anyone for their opinion. Literally, do not ask for their opinion. And the opinions are, how do I look? Does this look good? What do you think about this niche? How much should I charge? Do you think this sounds good? I'm planning on saying this. Don't ask. It's funny because I know some of you have been following me, and thank you. And you know, I always say, like, ask for what you want. This is not the same. There's a difference between asking for more money, asking for the raise, asking to clean your shit up around the house, asking for your desire, and asking for permission, asking for someone else's input because you are not sure of the answer. So today, for the next couple of days, I challenge you, listen to yourself, trust yourself. Don't ask anyone's permission for anything. Let me know how that goes. Leave me a comment. I'll get back to each and every one of you, and make sure that you're following me, that you've subscribed, you've done all of those things to get notification. And I'm looking forward to sharing the other 3 blind spots. Again, I will link these all together in the comments as they are loaded so that you can make sure that you don't miss out on a single one. These all impact your life, your business, your relationships. And if you need a little more support, get that assessment tool so that you can really, it's a fear breakthrough workbook. You can go through it, have it handy. I'll talk to you later. Enjoy the day.